European living versus USA. Are you interested to know? Then stick around. Hey you guys, so I thought I would do this really fun video to share a little bit about the different ways of living, being that I'm American, living in Germany for the second time, and both times totaled 3 years apiece. The first time I was in my early 20s, and now I'm in my early 30s. So I have a little bit of experience on both ends of you know, where I am in my life. With all that being said, I thought I would share some of the differences and some of the similarities, some of the things I do like about living here in Europe, and some things that I don't like about living here in Europe, and I just absolutely miss the United States for that reason. Let's start out with traveling. Traveling. I travel quite a bit, as much as I can. Anytime I see fit, I try to hop on anybody plane, train, bus, it doesn't matter. I just absolutely love traveling. With all that being said, coming from the US, this is how we usually travel. This is what you travel with. I wouldn't care if I was going on a 2-day trip. I'm usually busting out a big old super large travel bag like this. Okay, that was just what it was. You know, America, most Americans just overdo it. This is all my point of view, whatever. Okay, real quick, coming back into Europe, I learned to downsize to travel with this. No matter how many days, I can max pack all of my travel goodies, essentials, clothes, all of that into this suitcase here. Big difference, right? Yes. So that's starting out. So, let me say this. Traveling here in Europe, we can fly to all these different countries for anywhere from $12. We can go to London. I can go to Italy for like $12 to $20. We flew to Milan for like $22, you know? So if you travel that inexpensive, usually the airlines make their money by doing check baggage. So that's why you learn real quick to maximize your savings, to learn how to downsize, wear your clothes on layers, relearn how to pack and use less, and just enjoy your traveling. So this is why I learned really quick, so I can maximize my $20 ticket instead of them making another $100 on a check baggage. Here you go. In America, you see this a lot in America. A lot of top handle bags are used in America. I don't think I've carried this all of about literally 2 times since I've been here back in Europe, a top handle bag without a strap, because this is not the bandolier style. Now I do see a lot here in Europe the bandolier style top handle bags. I'm just using what I have, but my point is, no matter the brand, they don't use top handles quite a bit here. What you see mostly in Europe are crossbodies, and or backpacks. Okay, you see a lot of backpacks, because if you're traveling with you know, the trains and you're traveling and walking through the cities, you're gonna see a lot. I mean, probably a good 85 to 95% of people have some type of backpack and or crossbody, because it's just easy. They don't worry about having things in their hands. They want to go sightsee. They want to just enjoy it. They don't have these little pretty bags. So, being that I came back to Europe, I rave about my #1 bags. This favorite has been my #1 bag. And or totes. Big oversized totes are also a common thing you will see, because they charge you for bags. So if you don't want to pay like this, I had to pay for this bag right here. I had to pay 15 euro just to get my items, because I didn't bring my bag that day, and I bought a lot of like little knickknacks like this. I just didn't want to fuss with trying to carry them all, so I ended up having to bite the bullet and pay 15 cents for a bag. Let's talk about shoes. So American. These high heels that I have yet to touch. Even when I was in America, I didn't even wear high heels like that. But I'm just saying, in America, you see a lot of our ladies walking around in heels. Lots of high heels. It's not practical here in Europe. You will rarely ever, hardly ever see this here. I'm not saying you don't, but it's very rare. What you will see, you will see a lot of booties, a lot of, they call it trainers or sneakers or tennis shoes. Wherever part of the world you go, you see a lot of tennis shoes. Even when you're clubbing, the girls wear tennis shoes with their dresses to the club, not heels. Let's talk about hats and scarves. My collection, Zara, has been my #1 friend since I've been here. In scarves, it's just not a sunny country at all. Literally for 2 years, my birthday is mid-July. It's been 30 and 33 degrees on July, in the middle of July. It's insane. So I have accumulated lots and lots of hats. Lots and lots of hats. At least they're really cute hats. But nonetheless, I've accumulated a lot of scullies, more than I would have ever needed in the United States. Being the parts of the United States that we actually lived in were down Midwest and down south. I'm out of breath. But if I was in the States, I would not have used or needed this many scullies or hoodies or hats. So that has changed since I've been in Europe. Let's talk about their furniture. You can see that I have a lot of mirrored furniture. That's just not realistic here in Europe. Me, when I first got here, I was looking for end tables, nightstands, all that good stuff. Their style of furniture puts me in the mind of IKEA. IKEA is really, really big here. So if you're in that style of that IKEA Swedish minimalist furniture, it's huge here. This mirrored stuff, it is kind of impossible, or it's very, very pricey if you do locate it somewhere here in Europe. I've looked in different countries, all these furniture stores, you know, even in Budapest, Hungary, I looked in there. I was walking by when they had a furniture store, beautiful pieces, but it was just how expensive it was. In Paris, I walked down the street and I went into, like, there was like an art gallery slash kind of furniture store. Insane how much, but the quality is way better than the Pier 1s and the Z galleries. But it's like you get what you pay for. So another thing, like in the States, you could pay a couple $100, walk away, have your beautiful mirror bedroom set. Over here, you're gonna spend a couple €1,000 and then have that same look. But it's not practical. Go back to fashion. In the States, you can get away with wearing this type of stuff. Peacock leggings. All these type of, these are actually just gym clothes. These are just leggings from H&M. A lot of girls in the States walk around with just leggings on as their regular outfit. You don't ever hardly see that here in Europe. It's just not a fad. It's not fashion. It's not something that's normal if they're not going to the gym. They don't use their gym clothes as regular clothing. And definitely not neon colors clothing. It's not popular here. You will already, you stand out because you're not their culture. You already stand out. So the best tip I can tell you is drop the neons when you're traveling through Europe, because you will already stand out, and then you will just stand out even much more. Okay, we as fellow Americans love our Victoria's Secret tracksuits. We love those ones. Like here I have some here that has pink plastered all down the side. You'll definitely stand out and know that you're totally American if you wear this out. You know, they're not saying that I don't wear this out, but if you're traveling and you don't want to stand out, I would not recommend you wearing sweatpants. Now, they do have sweatpants here in Europe that has the words down the middle, but It won't say pink. It may even say love, or it'll say some German type of words and stuff. So they do have graffiti clothing, but just not like Victoria's Secret kind of pink. And it's not really popular to have it across the butt. Not so much like in the States. You may still see stuff across the butt. You will rarely ever see that. This tracksuit. This came from a German grocery store. These are huge, huge here. And it was really, really inexpensive. Maybe like 20 euro for the set. This is the type of tracksuits that's really, really popular here. Besides the Victoria's Secret. Even though I miss my Victoria's Secret so, so much. I feel like their quality and all that was just so good when I left. I don't know how things I see changing and all that. Luxury items. Let's talk about that really quickly. Overall, in general, regardless of what, you're going to spend less money here in Europe. For the simple fact, the things that's made are made in Paris, France. I'm only literally a couple of hours away from Paris, France. So it's not a lot to import here than in the USA. Okay? It's quite cost. If you come to, just say if you were flying here to Europe and you wanted to go shop and buy you some luxury goods, you can still claim your taxes at the airport or at the tax little places, and you will be able to still recoup some of your taxes back. So even that even makes it even cheaper. Their prices inside of all their goods, no matter what store you go to here in Europe, their taxes is already included inside the prices. Okay, so if you go buy like this, if I go buy body wash, if it tells me it's 2.99 euro, that's all I'm paying is 2.99 euro. I'm not gonna pay this plus 6 or 8% tax. It doesn't work like that. So whatever this is how much it costs. Okay, being that I'm talking about this, their household items, Febreze, Dove, just body washes in general. The ones that I've discovered and I absolutely love, I feel, this is just my opinion, I feel they work a little better most of the time. This Febreze, I just absolutely love it. We have Febreze, okay, in America and all that good stuff, but the way that they formulate this and all of that, I just feel like it lasts better. It's a stronger scent. It overall smells good. Now, I don't know if have they changed the market or these are new brands since I've left the States back in 2015. I'm not sure. I haven't bought any household items and all that good stuff. Now, in the States, we do have more variety to choose from. Like we have Miss Myers, we have all of those brands that's not necessarily so popular here. And I do truly miss that, like the Target kind of brands and all that stuff. So yeah. And last but not least, I will wrap this up on recycling. Recycling is a must here. It is completely just a way of life. It's not nothing it's just second nature to them. It's not something you have to be taught. Like I had to come here with the American mindset to get Europeanized really fast. It wasn't as hard this time as it was the first time, but it's definitely still hard. But being that this is my second trip here to Europe, I kind of knew some of the things to do and don't do. Okay, so a bottle like this in Sprite, in America we would just toss this in a trash can, and if you were a recycler you would just toss it in your plastic and then that'll be it. But here in Europe, if you had this symbol on any of your products here in Europe, if you take this back to the grocery store, if you take this into a recycling machine, you get money back for this. So you'll get about 25 cent euro, usually 15 to 25 cent refund on your bottles. So this is like throwing money away. If you don't save your bottles to go get your money, you're just like wasting money. So that's something really big. I thought I would talk and share a little bit about it. Let me know down below if you were you know, enjoying this type of video. I'm American, living in Germany for the second time, but even though this is my second time, this was still a completely different journey from the first time. First of all, I am a different age bracket. So my 20s, I was here, young mom, young military family, partying, all of that, which is a whole different category than the way they party here in Europe than they do in the States. And our location is completely different now. We were closer to the Frankfurt area. Yeah, I'm mostly like the Frankfurt area the first time, and now we're closer to the Munich area this time. So the Bavaria up opposed to, so that's like west and east of Germany and all that good stuff. So it's a different way of life. Up in that area with the Berlin, the Frankfurt, all of that, they're more fast-paced. They're more Americanized to me. Then down here, they're slower. You know, it takes them a little bit. They're very religious and traditional. Yeah, that's more like, they're very more traditional here in this region than it was up. No, not saying it's a good or bad thing. It's just the difference. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a big thumbs up. Let me know below if you want to see more type of videos like this. I'll try to come up with more scenarios and differences and all that good stuff. I do have to say I do enjoy living here in Europe for some things. Though their quality of life is completely different than the States, like all that. But I can touch on that in another video. So definitely let me know below. Comment, like, share, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Bye.